Support for Red Dirt D&D comes from listeners just like you. Keep this podcast funded by giving online at donate.kosu.org.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. Court is now in session. The case of Balgroth and the Asmodean host, etc., versus Morden the Magnificent for wrongful dismissal and breach of infernal contract. Judge Grimwell presiding.
Thank you, Bailiff Fogg. You may be seated. Plaintiff, state your case.
Your Honor, my clients Balgroth and his fellow hardworking devils were summoned for a contractual engagement of destruction, mayhem, and light terrorizing. They completed their work, but before payment could be made...
We got dismissed. Poof. Sent back to the abyss without so much as a single soul or a complimentary blood sacrifice.
Lawfulness in the courtroom. Who's the defendant?
That would be me, Your Honor. Morden the Magnificent.
Magnificent. We'll state your defense.
Your Honor, I had to dismiss them. They were about to, how do I put this delicately? Tear me from limb and eat my internal organs like a spicy charcuterie board.
It's in the fine print of the summoning contract, Clause 47B. Should the summoner fail to meet the agreed payment of one mortal soul, the summoned parties are entitled to extract a compensation in a manner of their choosing.
Did you read the contract, Mr. Magnificent?
Well, I skimmed it.
And yet, Your Honor, he had ample opportunity to provide a soul. He could have handed over an enemy, a good-hearted doctor, a particularly annoying bard.
I like the pink ones best. They taste like bubblegum.
Lawfulness, Mr. Balgroth, as a devil, do you understand the word yes?
Yes.
Good. Although we all know a bard or two that could go missing.
But, Your Honor, sir, I didn't have anyone. I live alone in a tower. The closest person is my neighbor, and he's a total jerk. But I don't think that justifies...
We're simple, honest demons, Your Honor. We follow instructions. We ravaged his enemies. We torched his foes. We even posed dramatically while he monologued.
That was not in the contract.
It's called professionalism, Mr. Supposed the Magnificent. You should try some.
Lawfulness. All right, I'm ready to rule. This is clearly a case of unfair summoning practices. Mr. Magnificent, you made a deal, you broke it. Therefore, I sentence you to pay restitution to the plaintiffs.
Restitution?
One mortal soul, yours.
Wait. Can I pay in installments?
The court allows alternative restitution. Let's see. Mr. Magnificent, you will instead work as an unpaid legal assistant for Barrister Imp for 1 year.
I have so much paperwork for you.
No, not clerical work. I'm an arcane caster.
Case closed.
Next on the docket, Cobalt Union versus the City of Ironspire on grounds to ban pole arms and weapons with greater than 5-foot reach. Has your campaign ground to a halt because your bard insists on charming everything with a pulse?
I seduce the dragon.
Not again. It's actively attacking you.
Yes, but I rolled a natural 20.
That's not how natural...
At Dewy, Crittum, and Howe, DM attorneys, we specialize in magical misconduct cases by both players and PCs.
From flirtation-fueled derailments to seduction-based diplomacy catastrophes, we can help you regain control of your story.
We'll fight for your right to say, no, you cannot romance the Lich.
Call Dewy, Crittum, and Howe today. We'll make sure your bard plays the game, not a dating sim.
Call 1-800-NO-CHARM for your free consultation.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. Court is now in session. Case number IVVXIXXV. Fearax the Flame versus Seraphim the Smooth. regarding a failure to pay child support and reckless seduction of a chromatic dragon. Judge Grimwell presiding.
Please tell me this isn't another case of a bard seducing something they absolutely should not.
Yep, absolutely is, Your Honor.
He sang to me under a full moon with lute music. I thought it was true love.
Technically, it was a sitar. There's an important distinction because the
You're not helping your case.
Your Honor, my client seeks compensation for the hatchling, Little Ember, whom the bard, Seraphim the Smooth, helped create, but has refused to support in any way.
Seraphim, is this your child?
Well, you see, Your Honor, dragons lay eggs, and I had already left by then, so technically there wasn't time.
You disappeared in the middle of the night.
I call it an artistic retreat.
Sounds like abandonment.
For a bard, it's called a Tuesday.
Da-da.
Oh, God, it speaks.
Do-do-do-do-do-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-da-da-da-da-da.
Seraphim, do you deny this obvious parentage?
Look, Your Honor, I won't lie. I may have played a few romantic ballads, and there may have been a moonlit evening, and yes, I may have called Firax my heart-fired muse of dragon passion, but that's
And you're surprised that led to a hatchling?
Look, I flirt with a lot of people, sometimes trees, or even tree shepherds. Your Honor, love is a journey, a grand adventure. Can I be blamed for following my heart where it leads? For searching tirelessly for the one who can...
The one? You whispered those sweet nothings to me under the full moon, and now you're pretending it was just a stop on your little balladoor.
Well, I mean, technically, it was a very big romantic tour.
You sang to me of everlasting devotion, of destiny, of our love soaring like a phoenix.
Your Honor, I am but a humble seeker of true love, a wandering heart, forever composing ballads in pursuit of the perfect romance, that soulmate, a true love.
True love, you can handle the true love.
Lawfulness in the courtroom. Given the obvious parentage, I rule that Seraphim must provide ongoing child support in the following ways. 1/3 of all future bardic earnings be transferred to Firax. 2, mandatory dragon riding lessons every month. And 3, a legally binding vow to never seduce another dragon.
But seducing dragons is like, it's half my persona.
Well, perhaps next time, Mr. Smooth, you'll remember to employ some protection spells. Case closed.
Just like fire, burning up the way. If I can light the world up for just one day. Watch this madness, colorful charade. No one can be just like me anyway.
Okay. That's actually adorable. I think I could put that to music.
Does your rogue insist on robbing his own party in the name of realism? Have your sessions devolved into trust issues and petty revenge plots?
Well, if I found it and you lost it, that's not my fault. It's what my character would do.
And it's what my character would do to throw you off a cliff.
At Dewy, and Howe, we believe in party member protection rights.
We know just because the player picked Rogue doesn't mean he gets to play dungeons and backstabbing.
Our legal team can help you reinforce in-game consequences, including jail time for in-party theft, thieves' honor contracts, mandatory therapy with a cleric of trust issues.
Don't let one player turn your campaign into a courtroom drama. Call Dewy, and Howe, where we believe
stealing from friends isn't roleplay, it's just being a jerk.
Call 1-800-NO-PVP for you for a free consultation. Oyez, oyez, oyez. Court is now in session. The case of Ferris Stoutbelly versus CO Snack Shack regarding failure to maintain food safety protocols. Judge Grimwell presiding.
You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Food poisoning at the Athena's Carnival of Luck and Fortune. Counselor, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Stoutbelly, can you please explain to the court how you fell ill?
Why, yes, I was at the Athena's Carnival, enjoying the sights, the sounds, the occasional existential dread of the future from the fortune tent. Standard carnival experience. After a long day of dodging rigged games and overly enthusiastic fire breathers, I was feeling a bit brave, so I went to Seo's Snack Shack. By the way, come to find out, not affiliated with Seo's at all, even though I heard their Pixie Puffs were divine.
Focus, Mr. Stoutbelly. What did you order?
Oh, well, the Pixie Puffs, for sure. And then some curly fries. I thought I was playing it safe, but I should have known I was in trouble when I saw the establishment was run by a spiderkin and a possum.
Ah, poisoned by salmonella.
No, I think the names were Billy and Zianci. Though, to be fair, salmonella would have been a more accurate name for their business model.
Let's clarify. Are you telling this court that you willingly consumed deep-fried carnival food cooked by a sentient marsupial and a being known for wrapping its play in spider silk?
Well, in my defense, the possum was wearing a very professional-looking apron.
And what happened after you ate?
All the usual symptoms: stomach cramps, nausea, briefly astral projecting to beg my ancestors for help. At one point, I think my soul tried to leave my body, but the churro stand next door pulled it back in with the smell. Oh, now, there was a divine...
That'll be all, Mr. Stonebelly. Now, what do the defendants have to say about this? Oh, Your Honor, we always use the freshest ingredients we can find.
If anything, our food helps build character. Not everyone can say they survived the chili sauce.
Your Honor, my client is seeking compensation for pain, suffering, and excessive existential compensation.
I'll allow it. Decision for the plaintiff. Bailiff Og, take the Snack Shack off our lunch rotation.
As your party killed the one NPC meant to give them the plot, and now they're whining that they don't know what to do?
Wait, that guy was important?
He was literally holding the quest scroll.
Do you have hack and slash players that don't care about the storyline?
Yeah. How much XP for the peasants?
It's a small halfling family.
They might be evil mimics.
They operate the town's general store.
Does this sound familiar? You may be entitled to murder hobo prevention services.
At Dewy, Crittum, and Howe, we help dungeon masters fight back against senseless NPC slaughter.
Our services include resurrection contracts for key NPCs, divine retribution lawsuits, murder hobo tax audits, because someone has to pay for all those accidental massacres.
Don't let your campaign turn into a fantasy crime spree. Call Dewy, Crittum, and Howe, because sometimes the real monsters are sitting at your table.
Call 1-800-MURDER-HOBO for your free consultation today.